Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to Floating in Dreams, welcome to my winter fashion haul. In case you're new here, you may not know, but I do a fashion related haul every single season to show you what I have bought new in. And today's video is going to be a little bit differently than most of them because yes, I have a couple of standard brands in here that I tend to chat about more often, but I also have a good selection here of some vintage clothing that I shop for in several vintage sales. So let's get started. Welcome if you're new here, or welcome if you're a returning visitor. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day and click on another one of my videos. I am going to be chatting to you about fashion, which is something I like to do from time to time. I usually chat about makeup, especially eyeshadow palettes, accessories products I love to review, and I love getting the use out of my makeup. But for me, this whole makeup and fashion thing really got started with clothes mostly. I've been a fashion fiend for I don't know how long, since I've been a child. I have been very sort of interested in clothing and trying to see what styles are there and what looks good on me, etc, etc. I like to play around with color and print and different things. So this is going to be the winter version of my haul. I already mentioned I do one of these videos every single season, and I try to do 1 or 2 fashion videos every single month. And today's video is going to be formatted where I'm just going to chat to you and hold up the items. And as I'm holding up the item, I will be doing overlays so you can see what the item actually looks like on. So I'm wearing a very basic sweater precisely for that reason, so that it can go with all of the different bottoms that I have going on. And I'm wearing a pair of jeans that I'm going to be pairing with all of the different tops that we've got going on. And we have a lot of tops to chat about because I'm mainly stuck to tops. And because I bought quite a lot of it vintage, and the places I like to shop vintage at is what is known as a kilo sale. So you don't pay per item, but you pay for the weight of the items that you buy. And it's a great way to get a lot of clothes in a short amount of time, I have found. So I'm definitely trying to sort of rein myself in, because whenever I go there, I always find really cool things that look a bit more unique. And I just have to be very careful that I sort of don't overdo it. So let me get started and first show you some accessories that I bought. And the first accessory that I bought is this purse clutch bag kind of thing. This was from a vintage sale. It is a leather bag with this snap closure. It's in incredibly good condition. Very often the lining of vintage bags can be very, very sort of grubby. But with this, I really liked it, and it looks properly vintage, and it's just a really good one. I used to have a very similar style of clutch bag a while ago. It was from, what's that store called again? Aldo, I believe. And it was a fabric that had pleats in it, and some of the pleats became undone, some of the stitching was broken. But this is actually a leather one, so this will be fun for parties and stuff like that. I hope parties are back in 2022. I truly hope so. And then a very practical accessory I bought is a collar. So this is a zip collar that you just put on like this instead of a scarf. And I have been liking it so much better than an actual scarf. And it layers really nicely under some of my more open coats, and it stays a bit more flat than when you're wearing a very billowy scarf. So I've been really loving this loose collar sort of situation. And then in December, I cut my hair. So my hair used to be around this long for a very long time. I've got bangs right now, so I got hats because I need to keep my head warm. And in the wintertime, I very often use my hair as a layer of insulation. But since most of it is now gone, I needed something else. So I've been really playing it up with wearing berets and little hats. So I got this one from Monki. I'll show you on pictures as well. So it's this crochet knit bobblehead, but it is a beret. So it's not a beanie, it is definitely a beret. And this is one that I've used a lot. It goes really well with a navy coat. And then I have this sort of combo to go with the navy coat I already owned for Zara for years. And then this guy is a bright green beret. Oh, the color doesn't even show up that well on camera. But as you will see in a minute, I bought myself a very bright green coat from H&M. And I thought that this beret, which is from Stradivarius, is a lot better to, like, is a really good match with that. So, and then another one of those like beret hats, but this one has a cap attached to it, is from Costas. And I wanted like a plain black one. I haven't been wearing it as much as I thought I was going to. I tend to go for like the green one or the cream one a lot more than I do the black. And finally, this Baker Boy cap from Mango, which is a gray wool, and I have also worn this a few times already, and it's really comfy actually, and I really like that I can, now that I have shorter hair and I've got bangs, to sort of play up that hairstyle in the winter as well with fun accessories. If you saw my fall haul, then one of my wishes was to buy a pair of loafers, and I didn't buy just one pair of loafers. I got 3, because if we do something on this channel, we do it right. But I wanted a classic pair of like penny loafers in a black, and I got these from Vagabond. They are really, really cool. I believe they are called the LXW, I believe, and they just have this very classic style. They are plain black, so they don't have any sort of other embellishments. I haven't worn these out yet, but these are really lovely. I did have to size up in these, and I got them from Omoda, I believe, and I think that these are just going to be really, really good ones to wear in like the spring season. I think I'm trying to show you that detail, but maybe you can see it better in the on pictures. And then since my last whole Black Friday happened, and then I spotted these babies on ASOS. They have a very chunky heel, and then they just have the snake print in like 2 different colors. So it's the red and the brown. And I thought they were very, very funky and cool. And they really remind me of a pair of shoes I had when I was 12 in the 90s. So they very much have that like chunky loafer 90s sort of vibe to them. And then this pair of shoes kind of wasn't supposed to happen, but I got myself the Dr. Marten, what are these called again? Oh boy. Anyways, they're loafers. Again, they look black on camera, but they are the cherry red Arcadia, the Adrian loafer. That's what these are called. And they have the tassel, and then they just have this really stunning, like deep, deep dark red. Oh, now you can see the shade a bit better. So I love these. They don't really look like standard Dr. Martens, but I love a good Dr. Marten, and I wanted to try their loafers. These are a very snug fit though. I definitely need to break these in. And then also in the Black Friday sales, and these I have already worn out, so I need to not touch the bottoms, but these are also Dr. Martens, but they're a vegan leather, and they are their 101 style in the cherry red. And apparently this style, once it like wears down and rubs off, the color is gonna change a little bit. I believe that's what's gonna happen to these. And finally, a pair of shoes I have already worn as well. I still had a 10% discount for the Dr. Martens website. So I got the Chelsea boot in the Crazy Horse leather. And this is another leather that is going to wear down over time, and it's going to lighten and look more scuffed. That is the look of the leather, okay? So that you now see these like creases, that's supposed to happen because I believe this is like horse saddle leather. That's what I understood. And they just did these because these have the yellow stitching, and these Chelsea boots in their standard line do not come with the yellow stitching. The standard ones I cannot put on. I tried them on in store and I couldn't get my foot in. These are fine. And like I mentioned, I still had that 10% discount. So I was like, might as well put them towards that. Next up is coats, because this time around, if we're having winter sales, I just know that H&M is going to do good coats, and I found this on their website. It's black, so it's not going to show up very well, and it's a raincoat, so it's possibly the most boring item I could possibly buy. But here's the thing, I wear it my bike wherever I go. I've already used this because it's been quite rainy, and I just needed another raincoat that would be perfect for the winter time. I have a raincoat, but it's a bit thick to fit over a lot of my winter coats. This one is big and oversized, and what's really good about this one too is that it can fold up into a nice little small package, and you can actually put it in a bag, and you can always have it with you, because one of the reasons why I never use my other raincoat in the fall winter season is because it's always stuck at home and it's never where I am when it's raining. Another sale purchase is this jacket from Monki. It's got the big bucket style pockets right here, and I mean, we all know I love a good pied-à-poule. It's got this like textured fabric, which I also really like, and I really like the color of this jacket as well. It is a little shorter. I didn't get a lot of long coats this time around because this is just something I also really like. And I did declutter some of my coats over the like Christmas break period because I was just not feeling some of the coats that I'd had for a few years anymore. Like they weren't perfect. So this is my replacement for another like houndstooth print coat that I used to have. And if we're talking out there printed coats, then this H&M number cannot be left out. I already ordered this when it was full price. Decided I liked it, but not enough for it to be full price. I was like, this goes on sale, and I think with a print like this, it's going to. That's when I'm going to get it. It was half off in the winter sale. It has this ring toggle for the zipper, and then it has a faux fur fabric. It does have pockets, and it's this great checkerboard black and white print. Like, I just love coats like this, like something crazy, a bit of fun. Not necessarily something I want to pay a lot of money for, but still a fun one to have. And I felt similarly about this brown coat from H&M. All of my coats are from H&M, save for that Monki houndstooth one. And this is a, well, they called it a pilot's jacket. It's a corduroy jacket that's a little bit more cropped. And then it has this like nice collar detail, at least I thought it was nice. And it's completely lined, and it's like a puffer coat, but without that plasticky texture to them, because I dislike the look of a puffer coat so much, because you just look like a giant marshmallow, which it's a look. If you like it, go for it. But I like that this has that puffer coat style, but it's got corduroy and then in this really lovely, really rich brown shade. So yes, it's a bit more cropped, but I just decided to size up in it so that it's a little bit longer on me and it's not too cropped and I can still get away with it. So yeah, this is quite warm and I'm very happy that I was able to snatch it up at more than half price. And finally, another item I was sort of eyeing up, like if that goes on sale, I'm snatching one of them up. H&M has been doing a lot of baseball jackets, and I love this like sportsy baseball jacket kind of vibe. I used to have one years ago. I remember wearing it all the time. It just got old and a little tattered. And now they did this one, and it was definitely like more of an outerwear kind of thing. Whereas the one I had previously was more of like a cardigan type of thing. So I like that this is outerwear. So it's the navy, and it has this like felt-like fabric in the bodice. It's got these like patches and embroidery. It's got faux leather sleeves. And then what I liked about this one is that it didn't have like a sports theme on the back. A lot of these have sports themes, and I don't support any particular sports theme. This just has Oakland, San Francisco on it, which I thought was good. And these are fully embroidered, and it's not like patches that are like ironed on, because that's going to wear down a lot. That's one of the reasons why I got rid of my previous jacket. It's because all of the patches just didn't look as nice anymore. And then the only coat I paid full price for this season is this green coat from H&M. I've been pairing it with the beret and the cream colored collar. So when I style this up for you, and show it on, then I will put those two items with it so you can see the full effect. But it's super long. It's got 3 buttons. I thought it didn't come with pockets at first, but they were stitched right into the lining, like in the lining of on the sides, that's where you will find the pockets. So once I opened those up, and it just has this thing in the back to make it look a little bit more structured. And this again has that more like textured fabric. Next up are dresses, and I only got 2 dresses, and they were my Christmas and my New Year's Eve pick this year. So for Christmas I wore this dress, which is from Zara. I have been on the hunt for good paisley print items, and Zara is usually a good place to get started, but very often the color scheme doesn't suit me. But this really nice dark green shade was just lovely, and I loved how it has these like bowl-like things for buttons. Oh, now you can see the print very well too. Do you just see that? It was really nice. It has these like see-through chiffon bell sleeves. It has a little heart on the sleeve button, so there's a lot of detail here. And what I loved about it is that it's a fit and flare style that comes not too short and not too long. This dress is a teal pleated faux wrap dress from a brand called Guts and Gusto, which I believe is a Dutch clothing line. They opened a store here in Rotterdam, and I think I already got this in like November thinking, oh, that's going to be my Christmas dress this year. But I ended up wearing it to a New Year's Eve party. So it just has this like elasticated waistband, and it's very similar to the Zara one where you just have this like knee length skirt, and it again has a bit like of a bell sleeve, and this also comes with a sash to cinch in the waist. Then I placed myself a Monki order to see if they had some interesting things in the sale, and apart from the coat, I bought this very summery jumpsuit. It is full length. It's a seersucker cotton jumpsuit that I already spotted in the summer when they first did this, but I felt it was far too expensive for how thin the fabric is. So I was like, yes, I like you, but I'd want to pick you up in a sale. And that's exactly what I've now done. They still did it, they still had it, and it was on sale. And I love a good red and white print, as you'll see. And then I got some tops, again from Monki. I got this is their current season, so this wasn't on sale. It's like a high neck, it's not quite a turtleneck, it's a high neck sort of ribbed top. But what I liked was that it has these like ruffles on the edges all along the top, and it came in this stunning red and white stripe. So it's a bit Where's Waldo perhaps, but I love a good red and white stripe on me. So this is a nice basic for the springtime. And I got this top also from Monki. Hold on. And this perhaps on camera it doesn't look that great. It's got a V neck, so once you see this on you'll understand. And then it has the tie in the back. So, and it's got this really floaty sleeve. Again, something I already spotted in the summertime, but my size was out of stock, and then they restocked it in the fall time. So I did pick it up. I just needed some more glitter in my life, so that's why I got these two. This t-shirt is just a t-shirt with a glitter yarn in this like bronzy greenish gold from Guts and Gusto. I bought it at the same time as the dress. And then I got this sequin number from H&M because we all need a little bit more sparkle in our lives. Be real. So I mentioned this haul being very top heavy, but I did get some bottoms. And some of these, again, were on the wish list. Also, in the bottoms department, I was like, I just need some sparkle in my life. So they're the other way around. These are from Monki. I spotted them in store. And they are like leggings, really. They are a flare in this like same sort of like metallic yarn, but then in a silver. So I thought this looked really cool. And this with like a baggy oversized sweater. I think it's a look. And then if you saw my fall haul, I was sort of saying how I needed a pair of burgundy trousers because I didn't have any. And then during that video, I realized that if I was going to get myself a pair of burgundy trousers, they would have to be corduroy. Guess what I found? I found a pair of corduroy burgundy flared trousers that are not too long on me. They are from Esprit, which is not a brand I normally shop from, but I just Googled burgundy corduroy trousers and these came up. And even better, I was able to size down in these. Like, what's going on there? But yeah, these fit really, really well, and they did these in different leg lengths, which is why this works for me, because in the shorter leg length, I can definitely get away with it. And when I spotted they did that, I sort of browsed the website a little bit longer, and then I also found these brown corduroy chinos. So I love a good corduroy pant in the fall winter season. They are just, I prefer them over jeans, you could say. And this has all of these like exposed buttons at the front. You can't see because I didn't do the fly up completely, but yeah, it just has these exposed buttons, and then it has this like chino style in a really nice rich brown corduroy. These taper down a bit more, so they're more like a mom fit on me, I would say, but they are really lovely. And then finally, in like blouses that weren't vintage, I got some more silk blouses from Sézane. If you saw my fall haul, that was the first time I ever shopped from this French brand. They are a little bit more sustainable. They have a higher price point, but they also seem to do better quality items, which is what I prefer at this point in time. I mean, I have so many clothes, so if I'm now buying clothing, I mean, sure, I want to have something fun that isn't too expensive, but especially like things like a silk shirt, you just can't go wrong with it. So I invested in a few of these because I like the one so much that I showed you in my previous haul. So I got their Sézane shirt in this really pretty dove gray kind of shade. I just really liked it. And it has this lace Peter Pan style collar. It's perfection. I got that green blouse I showed you in my fall haul in the navy, which they restocked, and I sized down in this because I got it originally in a 44 and this is a 42, which is a better fit for me in this blouse. And you can't see it because it's so blown out, but it has this really nice lace button placket until like halfway through the blouse, and then it just has the buttons all the way down to the bottom. And then I got two of their Anne shirts, and these are a bit more straight up and down, so I did size up in the second one I first got the magenta pinky one, this one. It's got a lot of purple running through it. It's such a great bright shade. So this is in a 42, and then I got the navy polka dot in a 44 because this I want to layer under things. A color like this, just like by itself, I can wear it, but it's not perfect. Whereas this, I think is a bit more perfect by itself. So yeah, those were some of my Sézane purchases in the shirt department. And then finally, in like straight brands that I shopped from, I am going to show you some of the knitwear I bought, because so far I haven't really shown you any knitwear, and that's because I already bought quite a lot of knitwear last year, so I didn't feel I needed all that much to update my wardrobe for this season. I did get a Sézane sweater. This is their, I don't remember what it's called. I'll make sure to put the name in the description box down below. And I was still looking for a good like mustard kind of sweater, and I thought this could fit the bill. It has the same sort of button placket as their Chloe shirt, but then it has that lace detail all the way down the bottom. And it does have buttons, which means you can wear this as a cardigan or as a sweater. I've already worn it. It's got mohair, so it's very sort of, it looks like it's going to itch, but it's not, which I love. But this is another sweater I got from Sézane. I was waiting for this to come back in stock in my size. This is their Marten sweater in the navy with the stripe, and I just like these more fitted, like thinner knits a lot on myself for like layering, but also in like the spring season. This can be a really nice one, I think. And then I got two cashmere sweaters from H&M. I got one in a taupe with a collar, and then I have this black one as well. I decided to invest in some better quality knitwear from H&M with some discount vouchers that I had. So I got a light one and a dark one just to have a nice sort of like ribbed black sweater because I didn't really have one. And then this taupey shade. The taupe one is too big on me. It's a large, but it was the only size in stock. And this is the kind of thing that I can wear either as a dress or as a sweater with leggings, with jeans. Like, this is so versatile. And this black one I think is really great with like skirts and things like that. So definitely loving these two, and I can really see myself wearing these a lot. And then we get to all of the vintage finds, which is literally half the rail. So bear with me. I'm gonna try and get through these quickly because you won't be able to find these things anywhere else because I got them vintage. I only got one sort of bottom piece, which I just got this weekend because I went to a vintage kilo sale. And this is a really nice pleated skirts. This is one of my favorite categories to look out for whenever I go vintage shopping. They very often have an elasticated waistband, so you're pretty sure that they will fit you, whatever size you are. And they usually do really fun prints and collars. And I thought this for the springtime with those soft, like pastel-y shades. And I've got plenty of tops I can go with this because I have some like light yellow tops and some light blue tops, and like I think there's a lot that I can pair this with. And then something I don't normally buy vintage because the smell that vintage clothing has just doesn't really disappear from knitwear all that easily. But if you find such great like staples and prints and wacky things, You can't say no. So I got this cardigan, which is in my favorite all-time color, which is red. It's so bright, it's so gaudy that it's cool, in my opinion. This is probably a bit of an item that's going to split everyone's opinions, but it's got these like very sort of brocade buttons and then that stitching along the entire front. And then it just has this really nice, like again, a very hairy texture. I believe it's like cashmere and Angora wool. I believe that's what it's made out of. And then I just got some sweaters the other day when I went vintage shopping, and I was still looking for a cream cable knit sweater. And then they did this. And this was actually in someone else's to try on pile, and she didn't like it on her. And I was like, can I have yours? And then she gave it to me, and then I put it on, and it was perfect. So I got myself a really good cable knit cream sweater. And then another thing I bought is this wool sweater, which it sort of has this like Norwegian style sort of print. It's from a vintage outdoorsy kind of brand, and it does need a bit of TLC. Oops, I'm dropping things. Because it does have a hole in one of the sleeves. But I gave it a wash, and it's actually come out of the wash really well. It is a 100% wool sweater, so I know I can stitch the whole back together and like this little loose thread. Like I can fix that. I mean, that's fine. It doesn't get any more 80s, early 90s than this. And I thought it was just really cool with like all of the different colors in here. It's again a men's size, and it's a bit oversized, but I like just tucking this into jeans, and it can be a great casual item. And I don't have that many V-neck sweaters, so I thought that was different too. Did I need any more blouses? Of course not. Do I love blouses though, and do I love shopping them vintage? Oh yeah. So again, vintage blouse number one, this collar detail, you guys. Look at this. Look at that. Can I hold it up closer? And what I liked about this is that if you button it up all the way, this also closes up. But if you don't open it, if you don't close the top button, it kind of like lays flat like that, and it still looks really nice. Other than that, it's just a cream shirt, but I thought the color was fun. This I got the other day. Cotton shirt. Again, I think it's a men's shirt, but the colors just made me happy. And it's got this checkered print. I love these like wacky sort of vintage styles. It's again a bit of a Hawaii print because it does have palm trees, but then it just has this very muted gray and green and purpley brown sort of murky shades. Again, a men's shirt, oversized. A cotton shirt, again with a nice little bit of detail here. It's got a bit of a cutout in the collar. It's a cotton shirt in this like nice like fuchsia magenta shade. It's not as purple as the Sézane shirt, and this is also a lot baggier and oversized than that one is. The Sézane one is a bit more fitted. And then I got this one, which again, I took out the shoulder pads because it was just hideous on me otherwise, but I just really like the colors in this. It's really nice, muted again. It does have a really nice drape to it, I found, and it just looked really stunning on. If you go vintage shopping and you can find a good flannel shirt, you pick it up. And very often flannel shirts are always in like the same navy and reds. And I just thought that this looked a bit more interesting because it has the orange and the yellow. So it starts with like navy, red, and then orange into white. But from a distance, it looks like it's got some yellow to it as well. So I thought this was nice. And it's not as thick and heavy as some other flannel shirts, so this is still a little bit looser, so it's better for tucking and like doing all those things with. And what else do we like to shop for when we go to a vintage sale apart from blouses and skirts? Blazers. So the first one is this one that I actually picked up this past weekend. It's a really nice blue and green sort of tartan print. It's a wool blazer, and what I liked about this one, do you see those buttons? Number two, this really fun, like Prince of Wales check in a green and a red and a navy. I mean, this you can also pick up from like an H&M, but this is a wool blazer. And here again, can I show you? It's got the little burgundy buttons to go with it. And it just, again, I felt it looked really flattering on. So that's why I decided to pick it up. And so the second time I actually went to this vintage sale, I had a major score. So I think I got these three all at the same time because it was so good. So I bought this, is it brown? It's like a tweed style fabric. It's like a houndstooth. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's like houndstooth design in the fabric, and it's got like a mustard yellow running through it as well as brown and green. It's got the velvet collar, and then I just like these buttons so much, like these like very sort of leathery kind of buttons. So other than that, it's just really plain and simple, but I thought it looked really nice on. And then I just can't say no to a good, like, I don't know, it's not quite houndstooth, it's not quite checkered, like, it's such a stunning little print. This again has the velvet collar, and it's got some like very fun vintagey kind of buttons. This does have the buttons on the sleeves as well. And actually when I wore this, I paired it with the Sézane silk shirt underneath it, like the magenta one. Put this with it, and I thought it looked really nice together. And finally, I think one of my best finds, it's almost like a boucle kind of material, and it's got this faux leather sort of detailing along the edges and also on the buttons and on the pockets. So it's really, really nice. And again, it's got like, it's not quite tartan, but almost. And it's got white and green and blue and a green running through it. I'm not sure if I already said it. And then the red. And I just thought it had some really fun details here as well. Nice lapel. Yeah, just a fun one again too. Like this with a simple t-shirt and a pair of jeans, a pair of Chelsea boots, and you're good to go. So that's it. Those are all of the items I wanted to show you. There was quite a lot here, but I'm pretty sure that if it wasn't for those vintage sales, it wouldn't have like gotten this out of proportion, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I won't be doing another fashion haul until like, I don't know, May or June with like a spring haul. That's going to be the next one, but in the meantime I will be showing you at least my Dr. Martens collection, and next month I want to do some styling videos as well. So I want to style, because I now have quite a lot of vintage clothing, so I want to do a video all about that, because if you put a lot of vintage items together, you can look a little like you're straight from the 80s, which you probably don't want. So I sort of want to do a video where I can show you how you can style vintage pieces for now, you could say. And I also want to show you like my outfit formula. So there are a couple of ways in which I put outfits together that I go back to all the time. So that's what I want to do next month at least. And then hopefully I can make those videos happen. Thank you very much for watching today. If you do have any other suggestions, let me know in a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make 3 new videos a week, so hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.